This video is a story about city development and how the overly ambitious plans of the past seem naive when contrasted with the actual state of things today. In the 1960s, the Swedish town of Gothenburg was experiencing great economic success and population growth. With the development of a million-house program, Miljonprogrammet, the local government sought to expand the construction of small houses and tower blocks in previously unexploited areas of the city. One of these areas is called Narrated, where space for 300,000 people was planned, creating a satellite town with the same ambitions as Brasilia.
Community centre, school and shops are concentrated in the middle of the development. Swedish planning follows strict norms. For schools, 1,000 square metres of area for each 1,000 inhabitants, 10,000 square metres of playing fields and open space. Not more than 25 children to a class.
Not only were there great ambitions for building houses, schools and swimming pools, the municipality had massive hopes for transport connections. Gothenburg has relied on a tram system as one of the primary forms of transportation in the city since 1879, with 12 lines and 160 kilometers of track, making it by far the largest tram network in Sweden and one of the largest in Europe. In the 1960s, trams were starting to seem like a relic from the past, and many European and North American cities began dismantling their networks to make way for larger roads and more bus routes. The switch from left-hand to right-hand traffic in 1967 meant many Swedish cities abandoned their tram networks, and the talk of the time was underground metro systems. Stockholm had begun building a metro in 1950 and was continuously expanding it, and large plans were put forward for the conversion of Gothenburg's tram network underground to follow the steps of its big brother. This map shows the scale of ambition for an underground network in Gothenburg. With an ever-expanding population, quick decisions were made to begin building an underground metro system. An old train line was converted and tunnels were built in the emerging area of Ingalls. However, in 1970, due to a variety of factors, including an economic crisis and changing political wills, this is where the project started and ended. The only station built is this one behind me, Hammarkullen station. The rest of the stations along the line remain above ground. While discussions emerge every so often about the potential construction of an underground metro line, no proposals have ever led to its completion. Luckily, the station was usable by the tram network, and now 3 different tram lines stop at this station. Due to neglect and disrepair, Hammarkullen station was considered unsafe for a long time, but has now undergone various renovations, and also fills a function as an art gallery. Travelling from Hammarkullen to the central station only takes 15 minutes, and the absence of an underground metro line is barely noticeable due to the efficiency of the tram system. Once at the centre, however, crossing the city can take over an hour as trams slowly negotiate with heavily congested central areas. The population of Angered is now only a fifth of what was planned for in the 1960s, and segregation and social exclusion make many residents feel unsafe. The area of Hammarkullen is classified by the police as a vulnerable area, and the unemployment rate is twice that of the rest of the city. While an underground metro system would certainly not solve all of these problems, one can only speculate on the benefits of a more efficient mode of transport for travelling around the city. The 50-metre-long escalator, which takes you down to the platforms at Hammarkullen station, was the longest in Europe when it was built, and remains the longest in Gothenburg to this day. Taking a ride on this escalator gives you an idea of the hopeful ideas that city planners had in the 1960s, but reminds you how quickly such ambitions can be abandoned.